What is going on? This is Altone, and today we got my MJX H12, which is the H12Y. I think this was the one. I have the other one over there. We got some new wheels and tires for it. We're gonna actually start doing some upgrades to this guy. Haven't got a winch for it yet. I may do that in the future, but and plus we want to end up putting a figure in here. But I figured I'd just share with you what I'm doing here. So I got this set of tires, wheels and tires. They are very nice, and they seem to be just a tad bit softer than the ones that are on there. And so I figured I would put these on. So we're going to be actually doing a lot more upgrades to these vehicles next year. These are nice. Mickey Thompson Baja MTZ. Very nice. And they obviously have foams in them. They're already assembled. You don't have to do anything else. Looks like everything is already put together. Might just check the lug nuts and stuff on them to make sure they're good. And they do have some pretty firm foam in there. Now comparing to these are super soft, but there's no, doesn't seem to be, if there is any foam in there, they're just really, really light foam. Made a little 3D stand. And then they have some extra nuts that comes with them. So let's go ahead and take these off. These are actually 95 millimeters. So they are 3.75 times 1.4 times 1.6 inch. And they give you the wheel size as well. So these are going to hopefully look very nice on there as well. I'm going to take these off real quick. Now the lug pattern on these is pretty interesting. I think this is still going to be a good one. There we go. Let's go ahead and drop the other ones off. They seem to go in just a little bit further than these other ones. So what we may end up doing, just taking a look at it, we may end up, because these are a little bit wider, we may end up taking and putting some spacers in there to offset it just a little bit in the future. And this is going to be a super quick upgrade. And again, just to give you a really good look, that's the difference in the size of the tire. It's a little bit taller, but also a little bit thinner. I think that's going to help a little bit, possibly help a little bit with grip. You've got a lot more sidewall, front and rear, with that one than you do with this one. Very little sidewall. So hopefully that will help it perform just a little bit better. Later on, we may end up having to take the tire off and put softer foams in there, because these foams seem to be rather firm. Yeah, I'm making quick work of this, by the way. It seems to be working out really well. And now to the other side. So let's just look at this side really quickly. Now looking at it, I don't have a battery in, so, and let's sit her down and see what she looks like. She's definitely going to give me a little bit more clearance, a little bit more height, which is a good thing. And I can't imagine we're going to have much of an issue with those tires rubbing. I may not need to put any, yeah, I think these are going to fit perfectly. And again, if we get later on either change the wheels out to a heavier wheel, or change the foam in there to make them a little bit softer. But I think this is going to be nice. And again, for me, this is a trail truck. It is not a genuine rock crawler. However, it's still a really nice platform. I really do like it. But these wheels are going to look awesome on here, I'll tell you. And so I'll end up saving the stock tires and wheels for something else later. I always hang on to them. If anything, I may use them as a part of my crawler course. So that's a good thing to use the stock tires for if you don't have something else you want to put them on. But there's nothing wrong with saving them for backups in case you need them in the future. Now, this guy does have a full, essentially, it's technically kind of a full-size spare, but it's actually, the wheel is actually different than, the tires are pretty much the same, but the wheel is actually different than the wheel that you're taking off the back. So, and for many of your vehicles, you know, your spare is different than your actual tires. Sometimes they're even smaller in diameter and super thin. So I don't think that's that big of a deal. But if you have normally if you're going to have a like a crawler style vehicle, you're going to have a full-size spare back there, but it's fine. I do have another set of these coming for my other car. See that this needs to be cleaned out a little bit over here. There, we got that cleaned up. Let's go ahead and get these tires on the other side here. And we'll take a look at the other side too and see if we have the same issue. Just want to take a look at this while I'm putting it on there. And we're good there. And so one of the other things, as I'm doing this, I'll just share this with you. So you know I have my tugboat, and we do I go out on Mondays with some of the sailboat guys, and I run my tugboat. Well, this past Monday, my tugboat sank. So thankfully, I was actually able to retrieve it, but I realized something. One of the things was that boat it will sink. And so I will be doing some upgrades to it so that it can't sink any further or any more. Interesting that this side comes out that much and this side does not. The tugboat sank on me, and so I had to go and retrieve it, and I was able to get it back. So now I'm sure that most of the electronics in it are corroded, and I'll be talking about that in a video very soon. I'm sure that the video, much of everything is corroded on that vehicle, on that boat. So electronics are corroded on that boat. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to disassemble it, and we're going to be upgrading it. So soon, hopefully, I'll have some additional video on that. I don't usually do video while I'm working on my vehicles like this. So today is a little bit different, a little bit special, I guess. And that way I can, because I'm usually really focused on what I'm doing. So hope that you appreciate that. But I do like these tires, wheels and tires. I think they're going to look really, really good on here, and again, we'll see how they help as far as performance is concerned. There's some additional stuff that we want to do as far as upgrading this. I'm not worried about upgrading the motor. I'm going to leave it for now. If the motor ever dies, then at that point I'll consider upgrading. And so now we have it done, and I think it looks good. It's actually, if we go full, we're not rubbing anywhere. These tires are only a tad bit taller, but it does give a little bit taller stance to the car overall. And this is one of my favorite vehicles, by the way. So I plan on changing. It's a heavy vehicle. I plan on doing some changes to it, upgrading some parts here, and getting this guy out and just having even more fun with it. I like the way these tires look. We still do have quite a bit of flex there. Now, flexed up like this, we might have a little bit of tire rub, but I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal. If it turns out to be too much of an issue, then I may trim the fenders off in the front and maybe even in the rear. We'll see. But for now, it looks pretty good. Yeah, it can bottom out on the tire if it rotates one way or the other. But I think it looks awesome. It looks really good. So I just wanted to share this experience with you as I do my upgrades. Got a new tool set. This is actually a really nice tool set. It's going to help save my wrists and my thumbs and help me to be able to do some work. I'll link this down in the description as well. And I'm just going to be looking forward to that. Forward to you really getting this guy back out and running him again. So thank you so much for stopping by and checking this out with me. I appreciate it. These seem to be some really nice tires. This is from One Fast. And I'll have a link down in the description for the tires that I put on here, because that's one of the things I think a lot of people are trying to figure out what size fits on here. I had actually ordered some others that are 110 scale. They're actually going to go onto my 110 scale vehicle, because I thought they were going to fit here. They probably would if you put some spacers on there, but I didn't want it to look comical, you know, cartoony. I wanted it to look at least close to being realistic to what you might see on a vehicle that is used for rock crawling. So I got these instead, and I have another set coming from my other MJX H12, the Bronco, sitting over there, and those are going to look really good on it as well. So again, thank you so much for stopping by and checking this out with me. I really appreciate it. Soon we'll be taking this out and seeing how it does. Take care. I look forward to seeing you in a future video.